Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to day 2 of book club. I'm going to give it just a few moments. Just a few moments. Truly, we are grateful to be here, to be able to come together once again. We're going to give it just a couple more minutes. Good afternoon. Hey, hey.
Hello.
Hey, sis.
It's good to be here.
Awesome. I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to give it one more minute, and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hey there. Alrighty, good afternoon and welcome to day 2 of book club. I hope that each of you have had an awesome day on today. I hope that it has been a great Sunday for you. Here we are for this long weekend, Memorial Day weekend. Unfortunately, we're not able to do the things that we would normally do because of this monster, COVID-19. But anyway, we are grateful for another opportunity for us to come together for book club. And today we are going to do day 2. Day 2. Now, the affirmation at the beginning of day 2 says, don't allow your past to destroy your future. And you see that there is a female, there's a mirror with the female looking in the mirror, signifying that she is looking what? Looking behind. And so we're going to dive into day 2 today. And the title of Reclaim You Day 2 is Release Your Past. Release your past. And the scripture for day 2 is Philippians, the 3rd chapter, verse 13. And it reads, brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead. And basically, that scripture is self-explanatory. It is basically telling us what? That we should not be looking at the things that are behind us, but we should be looking at the things that are what? That are ahead of us. And the scripture goes on to use the word that we should forget. We should forget what is behind us. Why? Because many times what is behind us is something that has weighed us down, something that has caused us some pain, it's caused us some hurt, it's caused us some frustration, it's caused us some anguish. And so this scripture simply tells us, forget what is behind, straining toward what is ahead of us. And I believe that the scripture is telling us this because what is ahead of us is much greater than what is behind us. But we have a tendency to stay in the past, to live in the past, to continue to relate to things that are in the past. And sometimes this can catch up with us sometimes because this weighs us down. So sometimes this can be a bother. And so we want to deal with day 2, and day 2 is released your past. So I'm going to go ahead and begin to read. Alicia, I sent you a text message. I'm not sure if you got it. If you would like to join on Zoom, check your text message. Okay, I'm going to read day 2. One of the most challenging things to do is to release what is behind us. We get so comfortable with what is behind us. And because we have lived in it, and sometimes we have allowed ourselves to get stuck there. Yes, we have learned some valuable things from our past, but we cannot get stuck there. We must take what we have learned and keep it moving. We must keep it moving. We can't get stuck there. You know, when you get stuck somewhere, It doesn't always feel good when you get stuck somewhere. When your car stops on you and you got to wait on somebody to come and help you. Why? Because we as ladies, we don't know what to do. We can't fix no car. We got to do what? We stuck. We can't continue to go where we want to go. We're stuck. Have you ever been stuck? Have you ever been stuck in a situation, stuck where you didn't know what to do, stuck where you didn't know what you was going to do next? I don't know about you, but I've been stuck. I've been stuck a few times. If I would tell the truth and shame the devil, I've been stuck a few times where I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how I was going to move forward. I didn't know. Release your past. Then I'm going to continue reading. It says, we allow ourselves to stay in past relationships, hurts, brokenness, disappointments, scars from past trauma, and past failures. We can sometimes allow ourselves to carry these things around with us. We remember things so easily. I don't know about you, but I have a scar on my knee. And I can remember, it happened when I was a child, but I can remember how I got that scar on my knee. I fell off of a bicycle. And that scar was so bad that that scar is still there on my knee. I said that to say that some of us have some scars that we are still looking at and still dealing with. Scars never look good. If it left a scar on you, then it was nothing good. If it left a scar on you. If you hurt yourself, have you ever burned yourself with an iron and it leave a scar? Have you ever burnt yourself with a curling iron and it left a scar? Scars. Scars are not from anything good. Scars are from something that happened to us. Scars. And so I say here that we allow ourselves to stay in those scars. We allow ourselves to stay in brokenness. Some of us are still walking around and we are carrying old relationships. Things that people did to us in those relationships. The way that people hurt us in those relationships. Day-2 says to release your past. Why? Because you are reclaiming you. You are taking your power back. No matter what was done to you, no matter who did it to you, you are taking what? You're taking your power back. Why? Because it belongs to you. Your power doesn't belong to anybody else but you. Why? Because it's your power. But the truth of the matter is, there are some times that we give our power to other people. And it's time for us to take our power back. Take back what belongs to us. Take back what is ours. Disappointments. Sometimes disappointments can frustrate us to the point that we can cry for days. Have any of you ever cried for days about a situation? You could not understand. You could not see how you were going to come out of it. You could not see how you were going to come through it. Disappointments. Disappointments can cause us to stay in our past much longer than we need to stay there. Then I say, we're still living out our past failures and consequences from bad choices and decisions. We as women can be the hardest on ourselves. We can be our own worst enemies. We can beat ourselves up for so long. The truth of the matter is, some people will get over things so fast, men in particular. Men can forgive so fast. Men can let things go so fast. But women, we can hold on to things for so long. But Day-2 says that we must do what? We must release our past. Then I go on to say our past does not define us. Our past is meant to make us greater. If we could learn from your past and use it for your future greatness, you cannot enter your future holding on to your past. You must what? You must let it go. Release your past. The truth of the matter is, our past can keep us from being great. Our past can keep us from being better. Our past can keep us from being our best selves. We cannot be our very best selves if we continue to live in our past. Day-2, release your past. Then I go on to say, we are often afraid to move forward because of the unknown and unfamiliar territory. We as women, we want to know everything. We want to know what we're facing. We want to know what is ahead of us. We want to plan everything. We want to cross every T and dot every I. That's just what we want to do. That's just our makeup. That's just our nature. We don't like the unknown, the unfamiliar. We don't like that. I don't know about you, but I don't like surprises. That's the craziest thing ever. Right? Right? That's because I need your email. I didn't write it down. I sent you a text message. If you could send it to me again. It's the craziest thing ever, but I don't like surprises. Until somebody surprises me. I don't like to know that somebody is surprising me. Why? Because I don't know what's going on. I know I can't be the only one that likes to be in the know. I'm not the only one that likes to be in the know. No. We like to be in the know. We want to know what's going on. That's just our nature. That's our makeup. That's our makeup. But sometimes that can be to our detriment. Because we don't want to move into unknown and unfamiliar territory. I want to tell you today that you cannot get into greater territory carrying the baggage of your past. You cannot carry the baggage of your past. How many of you got a lot of purses? Raise your hand. Y'all on Zoom. Y'all on Facebook. You can say I, me. You know, I was going through, I just got a new closet and a new vanity area. And so I had to do some cleaning out. And I realized that I have so many bags, so many purses. And then I also realized that I have a bad habit of changing purses. Because I am the type, I like for my purses to match every outfit. So I can change purses on the regular. And what I realized is that I was leaving so much junk in my purse when I carried the next purse. Does that happen to anybody else? You find all kind of receipts. You find all kinds of stuff. And since I've been reorganizing, I'm like, oh my gosh, I left all of that in there. Does that happen to anybody else but me, or does that just happen to me? We can carry around so much stuff. And now is a good time. And basically I called it stuff, but I really should be calling it trash. We're carrying around trash in our purses. Stuff that we don't need. Receipts from God knows when. Like we're going to do something with the receipt. Papers from God knows when. Like we're going to do something with the paper. What is going to do? What? Just stay in our purse. Is that what we're supposed to be carrying around in our purse? Trash? We're not supposed to be carrying around trash. I don't know about you, but I got some nice bags, and I'm like, I'm carrying around all this junk, and then I be trying to figure out why my purse, anybody else, does this happen to anybody else? Your purses seem like they so heavy on your shoulder sometimes because we don't take the time to inspect what is on the inside. We just grab it, put our keys, put our wallet, put our sunglasses, put a lip gloss in it, and keep going, but we don't inspect what we left in there from the last time that we carried it. I find in the bottom of my purses all kind of change, money. Anybody else but me? Because I don't take the time to do what? I don't take the time to put the dollar bills in my wallet. I don't take the time to put the change in my purse. I just throw it in the bottom of my purse and it goes down to the bottom. And I don't know about you, but I just don't carry little petite purses. Because I like to have all of my stuff with me. I like to be able to throw my iPad in there. I like to be able to throw my transformation planner in there. So when I carry a bag, it look like a bag, but it's my purse. We got to release ourselves from some of that stuff. Now, I was convicted. Now, some of you might be convicted right now as well. Now, while we are sitting home, this is the time to pull out them bags and clean them out. Get you a trash bag. So when you get it, you can go ahead and do what? Throw it in the trash. But if it's a receipt that you need to keep for business purposes, I have a receipt bag. So when it's time for me to take my information to my accountant, I just grab the bag. What I'm trying to say, we got to stop walking around with trash in our bags. Trash in our spirits, trash in our mind, trash in our hearts. We got to let that stuff go. We must release our past. We have no idea what is in our future. So we keep, I got to the baggage before I even, I some kind of way remembered what I wrote in the book. So we keep dragging around all of our baggage from our past with us. Now I know that there are some things that are necessary to keep. But some of that stuff, do we really need to be keeping it? Is it really doing us any good? When I had to get down on the floor, because now I can walk into my walk-in closet. But before I can walk into my walk-in closet, because I had so much stuff. Stuff all on, I'm in my private group. I'm not on my, it's just y'all. I had so much stuff. Shoes everywhere, clutter everywhere. I'm telling y'all probably like, you? Yeah. Because I had nowhere to put it. So I would we have to let some of that stuff go. So now I have 2 huge containers. You know them big long containers that people buy to put their Christmas trees in? That's about this long. I got 2 of them. Full of clothes, full of stuff. Full of stuff. I said, this is a shame. And then not to mention going through all the stuff and finding tags. Did that happen to anybody else? Finding tags? I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot all about this. Got so much stuff till you cannot see what you really have. Is there anybody else? You go in your closet, you looking for something to wear, you can't find nothing. Why? Because you got so much stuff in your closet. That's me. That's me. That was me. Not me anymore. Because I'm taking the time to go through that stuff. That's baggage, y'all. That's baggage. Now, I mentioned purses, but let's talk about the shoes. That's baggage. Yes. Forget all about it. Forget you bought it. I'm like, this is a crying shame. I found a Michael Kors bag with the tag still on. I said, where this been? Couldn't find it. Because it was under some stuff. Couldn't find it. We got to release. We got to release some of that baggage. Got to release that baggage. That baggage is holding us in bondage. Holding us in bondage. Keeping us from getting to where we really need to get. It is keeping us from getting there. Baggage. Baggage. As long as we keep doing this, we will never release our past. I don't know about you, but I want more. I want greater. As I reclaim me, I want more. I want all that God has for me and some. I want everything. I want it all. What's for me? I don't want what's for anybody else. I want what's for me. What's for me? And the Lord told me, convicted me. You got to get rid of some of that stuff. The Lord convicted me yesterday and told me that you don't need to buy another thing. When you get ready to look for something that you want to shop for, shop in your own closet. It's time to release our past. Then I go on to say, when you truly release something, you no longer desire to have it around you or in your presence. When you throw something in the trash, that means what? That means that it's trash. That means that you no longer desire it. We don't go in the trash looking for anything. Why? We threw it away. We meant to throw it away. Now, maybe once or twice we might have accidentally threw something away. But the majority of the time, if we throw something away, we throw it away because it's what? We throw it away because it's trash. If it's trash, it needs to remain trash. And it needs to remain in the trash can so that what? So that the garbage man can do what? Can pick it up. We must stop carrying around trash. When we throw it away, we got to be done with it. Don't go back to that unhealthy stuff. Don't go back to that unhealthy relationship. If it was trash then, only God can change it and make it where it won't be trash again. What am I trying to say? That you must follow the full guidance and direction of God if you go back to something in your past. Why did I say that? Because I know some people, believe it or not, who were married, got divorced, got back together, and got remarried. Only God himself can do that. Only God himself can do that. So that's why I said we must seek God for full guidance and full direction if we need to go back to something, i.e., a relationship. If we need to go back to a job that we left or a position that we left. Or even before we go into a new position. Before we do anything, we should be doing what? We should be talking and praying and communicating with God and asking God for what? For guidance and direction. You see, it's when we do things on our own and we do not consult God, that's when we find ourselves having problems. Day 2, release your past. When you throw your trash away in the garbage can, you have no desire to take it out of the trash can. Now it is trash, and it is where it needs to be. Treat your past the same way. If something is no longer serving your purpose or your life, it is okay to release it. I want to pause right there. If someone is in your life and they are no longer serving purpose in your life, why are they there? You know, as women, we can hold on to unhealthy relationships. We see all kind of warning signs. We see all kinds of stuff. But we do what? We hold on to it. Why? Because it's familiar. We've been friends all our life. Unhealthy. Whenever you see them calling, whenever you see a text message from them, you cringe. You cringe. Why? If it's no longer serving purpose to your life, why is it still there? Why are they still there? Do they really need to be there? And I don't say this to mean or say that you got to cut people totally off. But here's what I believe, especially if you are reclaiming you. It is imperative that you have an inner circle and an outer circle. An inner circle, meaning those people are very, very close to you. An outer circle, meaning that you have a relationship with them, but they're not close to you. If you put everybody in your life in the same place, you're going to find yourself overwhelmed by those relationships. If it's no longer serving purpose for your life, release it. Releasing things can be very hard, but I believe that you benefit and you grow when you are able to release. I believe that releasing is a part of growing. When you're able to release things, I believe that you grow. You grow in your mindset. You grow in your actions. You grow in your attitude. When you're able to release things, you're able to grow. You expand when you're able to release. When you're able to get some of that stuff out, you can do what? You expand. When you throw away some of that stuff in that trash in your purse, you're able to do what? You're able to see the inside of your purse. You're able to see the inside of your closet. If you get rid of some of that stuff that you're not using, bless somebody. Give it to somebody else. Release some of that stuff. Some of us are holding on to 5 different sizes in our closet, hoping that we will get back to that size that we were 20 or 25 years ago. Why? When somebody else could be wearing it right now. Somebody else could be using it right now. Why do we hold on to that stuff? Why? Because it's mine. Because I like it. Child, if you ain't got in there in 2 or 3 years, you ain't going to get in there in 15 or 20. Release that stuff. Let it go. Hoarding, exactly right. Let it go. Let it go. It's okay to bless somebody. Because you know what I do? When I bless somebody, I go and get what I want. Because when I get rid of stuff, and some of my members on here, they'll tell you, I get rid of loads of stuff. I pack up garbage bags. Well, I don't give no, let me back up. The devil is a liar. If I'm taking something to throw it away at the salvation thing, I put it in the garbage bag. But if I'm blessing a sister, I never put anything in a garbage bag. It's in a cute bag. Why? Because I'm blessing somebody. I don't give nobody nothing in a trash bag. Why? Because it's not trash. It's clothes. Now, what I take to the Salvation Army, it really should be going in the trash. But I know that somebody else could get a little bit more. So I put that in a trash bag. I don't put that in no cute bag. But when I'm blessing somebody, I put it in a cute bag. I put it in a cute bag. And so I got 2 large, big old things. And we're going to have inside the group, we're going to have that night of shopping. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. But my daughter made me promise her, and y'all know how spoiled she is, that she goes through them first. Y'all already know. I don't have one girl, and she is rotten. She is rotten. But I got 2, and I'm not done. Now, that's just talking about the closet that's in our master bedroom. That's not talking about the closet that I have turned Kenya's room into. I need to go through that too. And do what? Get rid of some of that stuff. Bless somebody. I'm still talking about releasing your past. Because when you release some of that stuff, you open your, yes, she rotten. Yes, she rotten, classmate. Rotten to the core. Both of them are. When you release that stuff, you open up yourself for more blessing. I can see my floor now. I said, oh, I can order me some shoes. Huh? Because I'm blessing somebody. What? Now, clothes. I don't need no clothes. I don't need no clothes. I really don't. Because I still got clothes with tags on it. So, I really don't. But I'm still talking about release your past. And then I go on to say, release helps you to feel so much better and totally free. Make up your mind that you totally release your past. We're talking about reclaiming you. Reclaiming you. Before you reclaim you, you got to release your past. This 31-day devotional is work. I know it's work. But if you really want to reclaim you, you got to do what? You got to work. My daddy always told me, anything worth having, you got to work hard for it. You don't want anybody just to give it to you. You don't want nobody to give it to you. When I was going through the institute to become a licensed minister, my daddy was harder on me than anybody else on that board. There was one particular year where the board was going to move me forward. But I had to complete one thing. And because of my character and because of who I was, the board was like, well, we know Sandara is going to do that. We're going to move her forward. Listen, can I tell y'all that my daddy spoke up and my daddy said, no, you will not. And I'm like, Daddy, are you kidding me? That's what I'm saying to myself. And they're telling him, oh, no, Elder. No, we know that she's going to do. We know that she's going to do. We ain't got to worry about her. Oh, yes, no, we going to. My daddy said, no, you will not. She will do what she is supposed to do. And then you will move her forward. I thought I would cry right there. But that taught me a lesson. Afterwards, my daddy told me, he said, you will never allow anybody, I don't care who it is, you will never allow anybody to give you anything. Everything that you get, you will earn it. Why? He said, because nobody will come back to you years from now and say that they did you a favor. Can I tell you that that has stuck with me, and I ain't allowing nobody to give me nothing. I am going to earn it. Can I tell y'all that that hurted when my daddy did that? But that has stuck with me, and it has made me a better person, a better woman. Why? Because everything I got, I earned it. I earned my degrees. I earned the positions at the churches that I served. Ain't nobody gave me nothing. I did what? I put in my time, and I earned. See, if somebody just give you something, they can take it away. But when you earn it, they can't take nothing from you. Release your past. So now we're going to go to the action steps, and we have 3. And today they are, the first one is let go of your past. The second one is let go of anger. The third one is let go of guilt. Now you know which one you would choose today. To the 10 of you that are watching right now, I would like for you to pick which one you would choose for today. Me, I'm going to choose let go of guilt. And the reason I choose that, sometimes I feel guilty about being able to do everything that I'm able to do. Sometimes I feel guilty. I know that might sound crazy, but sometimes I feel guilty. I think I feel guilty because I would like to see others. So today I would choose let go of guilt. And that's why. All right. All right. Let go of anger. Okay. Let go of guilt. All right. Let go of the past. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Let go of the past. All right. Anybody else? 2 past, 1 anger, 1 guilt. Well, 2 guilt, including me. Let go of guilt. All right. So that's 3 guilts. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 past. All right. 4 past, 3 guilt, 1 anger. Anybody else? What will your word be today? All right. And those of you who have answered already, I want you to tell me one thing that you're going to do to make sure that you do this. One thing that you're going to do. The one thing that I'm going to do to make sure that I let go of guilt is I'm going to stop focusing on it. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to stay concerned with what God does for me. How are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? What are you going to do to let go of anger? What are you going to do to let go of the past? You answered yours, Carlistra. Anybody else? Anybody else? So these 3 things will be our focus this week. Every day this week, this upcoming week, you will pick one of these. All right? Okay? You will pick one of these. And in the group, you will say how you're going to do it. All right? All right? Both of those, okay? Got it. Awesome. 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 This is what we have to do in order for us to totally reclaim you. Reclaiming you takes work. Reclaiming you is not something that's just going to happen. It takes work. And that's why I wanted us to come into this book club so that we could do the work together. That's why I wanted us to do this. And we're posting it in the group the way that we're doing it so that we can hold each other accountable. That's what that's about. It's a private group, and everybody in the group has the book. That's why they are in the group. So that is what we're doing in the group. So each day you will pick one of these words. If it's the same, one of these action steps. If it's the same action step all week, totally up to you. It can be. But you have options. If you want to choose something else, you have options. All right? In this Reclaim You moment, we will help identify ways to let go of the past and stay focused. Yes, somebody mentioned that they focus on the future. Yes. It's a Reclaim You moment. You're reclaiming you. You're taking your power back. Why? Because it's yours. It belongs. It belongs to you. It's yours. It belongs to you. It doesn't belong to anybody else. So while you are reclaiming you, you got to be willing to do the work. Getting greater is not always easy. In fact, I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of times it's harder when you want better, when you want greater. It requires more of you. But you got to be willing to do it if it's something that you really want. Now we are going to close out together, and we are going to say the prayer together. So I'm going to ask if you have your book, if you would say the prayer along with me. At the count of 3, we will begin and we will do it together. 1, 2, 3. You, Lord, are my source of every good thing I need or desire. Let my mind be filled with wisdom of your presence. You, Lord, are the infinite intelligence of the universe. You are my wisdom. You, Lord, are the presence of love, recreating and duplicating yourself at the core of my very being. Day 2 of 31 powerful steps to reclaim you. I want to say thank you for joining me today for day 2. We will come together this week within the group, seeing the post, and we will engage there, and then we will come together again next Sunday afternoon. I pray that you all would have a blessed Memorial Day. I pray that you will be safe. And I want to say thank you for taking time out of your schedule, out of your Sunday afternoon to come and join me in the book club. Thanks again. Take care.